From a retired cop, some things to think about if you're involved in a self-defense shooting. Thinking about it some now prevents mistakes later, when you're under high stress. Lord Whalen, you survived the incident. You should be the one to call 911. Everybody knows it's a recorded line and it's admissible in court, so be careful what you say. All you need to tell them is you've been involved in a self-defense shooting, your injuries if you have any, and the condition of the bad guy, if they're still there, what direction they fled and their description if they're not. Keep the line open with 911. Be careful what you say to anybody on scene. When the police arrive, it won't be a secret. Holster your weapon. You may not even realize you're holding it in your hand. That's bad. Follow all instructions to the letter. You're going to be hyped up, so just do the best you can. They may tell you to get on the ground. That's okay. As a police officer, I don't know who the good guys and the bad guys are. They'll probably handcuff you. And they'll probably handcuff the guy that's down, too. If you haven't already called your attorney, when you are afforded that opportunity, that should be your second phone call. I'm probably going to call the USCCA because I'm a member. They're 24/7 and they will get me an attorney that specializes in self-defense. Talk about that more later. If anybody starts casually asking you questions about the crime, because that's human nature, tell them you want to talk to your attorney first. You can tell them stuff like your name and date of birth, that kind of thing. You'll probably be arrested because self-defense is a defense. In real-life situations, things are rarely super clear-cut. Reality's messy. Again, be careful what you say when you find this out. Like arguing your case, don't do that. Because body cams are very prevalent. Now, I'm the detective investigating this case. I'm going to bring you down to my office. The detective's not your enemy, but he's not your friend either. His or her job is to find out the truth. It's likely I'm going to take the handcuffs off you. I'm going to get you a Coke and probably a candy bar. I am being nice. I am trying to get on your good side. That's called building rapport. You will be amazed at how good that candy bar and that Coke is because of the sugar. Your body's going to need fuel. Now, it's likely I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions that have nothing to do with the crime. That's all rapport building, and it's also getting you used to answering questions. There are 2 prongs for Miranda Warning. The 2 C's. Custody and questioning. Yeah, I know it's CQ, but now you remember it. You're going to be read the Miranda Warning. Heed that warning. You may need to reiterate that you want to talk to your attorney before you answer any questions, because he wasn't there when you first said it. One of the reasons you don't want to give a statement right now. Adrenaline blocks things out. I did a video earlier about shooting through your windshield in self-defense. There were a lot of comments about how loud it's going to be. Not in my experience. Your brain gets really efficient when you think you're getting ready to die. It starts shutting down things you don't need, like hearing. Crazy loud gunshots may sound just like popcorn. You do need your eyeballs, and you want to see every detail of that threat. Many times, the end of a gun barrel will look like a hula hoop. I got that answer a lot on robbery cases. You may pee yourself. All of those details are important when trying to articulate to a jury you were in fear for your life. It also may block out some details, like how many times you fired. How many times you fired? 3 or 4? And then after the investigation, they find out that not only you shot 15, but you reloaded. You're not lying, but they can make it look bad in front of a jury. On my department, they had a policy where they had to wait 24 hours before they made you answer questions in detail about the crime. That's one of the reasons you want to talk to an attorney. Because you're going to start remembering things in more detail the farther away you get from that event, especially with visual cues, especially details like he said, "Give me all your money," and then I saw the cylinder on the gun rotate. Or you may remember what kind of shoes he had on. So now you survived the incident. Now you have to survive court. If the prosecutor decides to bring criminal charges, there's going to be a criminal trial. And we all know justice is supposed to be doled out equally. Attorneys are not. I want a good trial attorney that specializes in self-defense cases. And they have access to top-notch expert witnesses that are going to testify in my case. This thing just got expensive. Like, you could lose your house expensive. You get through the criminal trial if there is one, and now you're going to get sued. You're going to need that same team. If you carry, have self-defense insurance. I mentioned earlier I'm with the USCCA. They also have tons of training stuff. If you click the link on my profile, it'll take you to killerbetactical.org, and then you can go to the USCCA's webpage. There are tons of resources and opportunities for local training by certified instructors. Be prepared now, because this situation could be waiting for you today at the gas station. Be aware and be safe.